So before I watched this movie for the first time, I came with a mind or expectation that Vincent van Gogh has personality of classic, chill, neat, perfectionistic. Then after watching it, I was quite surprised how it wasn't like my expectation at all. Vincent van Gogh personality is rough, kinda crazy, isolated, ostracized.
I really liked his paintings. I think Starry Night is the most, famous one.
Vincent van Gogh merupakan pelukis dari negara Belanda. Dia dianggap sebagai pioner aliran ekspresionisme. Lahir pada 30 Maret 1853.
The movie starts with Vincent over voicing black screen, explaining his desire as a loner, wanting to hang out, wanting to have a picnic. This movie has shooting style of many shaky camera movement and point of view showing nature.
Yes, I thought it was conducive to, depicting his mindset at the time and personality of the character. I
Yes.
think it reflected in the camera movement, the shakiness. Yeah, it must be due to his mental illness. It reminded me of being on a ship, kind of like in a stormy night, and the ship is just like moving and shaking, and you can't find stable ground.
Meskipun kapal mental bergoyang kasar bikin mabuk, di sisi positifnya, pemandangan laut sungguh indah untuk kau saksikan. Di masa awal perjuangan seni milik Vincent, dia dibimbing oleh seniman terkenal Prancis bernama Constant Cornelis Huysmans. Filosofi milik Constant Cornelis adalah ia menolak kesan seni subjektif dari perasaan pribadi dicurahkan kepada objek karya seni, justru bertentangan dengan gaya ekspresionisme.
Why do you always have to paint from nature?
I feel lost if I don't have something to look at.
Yes, but what you paint, what you do belongs to you. You don't need to copy anything.
I don't copy.
I know, but why don't you paint just what's in your mind, what your brain sees? St. Vincent, the time is coming when painters won't need anymore look at models to sit down in front of nature. You know why? Because nature is what we see here in our heads, nothing else. Without our eyes, there's no nature. And none of us sees the world around us the same way. We sit, you and I, in front of the same landscape. We don't see the same mountains, the same trees.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The trees that I paint are mine.
Even the faces you paint are yours. How you painted them, not because of who they are.
That's good.
And people, we have to start a revolution. Do you understand? Yes, we do. Us, our generation. We have to change entirely the relation between painting and what you call nature.
You're right about that.
The Impressionists, they're out of it. Do you agree? They only paint their babies in their gardens. They'll never go any further.
Paul juga punya pengaruh kuat terhadap ekspresionisme. Gaya impresionisme adalah menangkap kesan visual milik objek, sedangkan ekspresionisme adalah mengekspresikan perasaan subjektif atau kalau dibilang sesuai di situs Kompas, dinyatakan sebagai jiwa yang tampak, mengekspresikan reaksi perasaan subjektif terhadap objek gambar. Di usia 15 tahun, keluarga Van Gogh mulai mengalami kesulitan finansial sehingga dia terpaksa berhenti sekolah dan memutuskan bekerja. Kemudian Van Gogh pindah ke Inggris, bekerja di sana. Kemudian dia jatuh cinta dengan putri pemilik penginapannya bernama Eugene Lawyer. Namun Lawyer menolak lamarannya. Penolakan itu benar-benar membuat Van Gogh hancur. 75, ayah dan pamannya mengirimkan dia ke Paris yang membuatnya makin muak dengan isu seperti perdagangan seni.
Vincent van Gogh is one of the big example of Bohemianism belief. Bohemianism is a practice of an unconventional lifestyle. Another label for Bohemianism is a poor artist, and Vincent van Gogh is the ultimate example of that.
Yes.
He's really relying hard economically to his younger brother.
Yes. By the way, I did not know that he was his younger brother until I watched the movie. I had forgotten that he was his younger brother.
Dari semua lukisan Van Gogh yang sudah kulihat sejauh ini, yang paling terfavorit milikku adalah At Eternity's Gate. Lebih kusuka daripada Starry Night. Lukisan ini menangkap dengan sungguh baik perasaan isolasi, penyesalan di masa tua, kegelisahan. Tekstur lukisannya yang kasar bikin tidak nyaman. pose bapak tua yang setengah meringkuk dan juga berkesan mulai hilang ingatan juga membantu menangkap perasaan yang ingin disajikan oleh Vincent van Gogh.
In the movie, the person who was his friend, Vincent's friend,
Oh,
Paul Gauguin. Yes, so in the movie, like Vincent is seen to be quite clingy, like in that one moment where Paul says that he has to leave to do his own thing. Vincent goes to a mental breakdown at that moment. He was his rock, basically. Like he was clinging to this. Like, he was feeling like he was drowning without his friends with him.
Please don't go. It's great having you here.
I sold some paintings lately. Maybe your brother told you?
Don't,
I have to get back
don't
to
do it
Paris.
to me. I beg you.
Vincent, we can't live side by side. Our temperaments are incompatible. You must admit that.
Pada malam Natal tahun 1888, Vincent memotong telinganya. Mengapa? Tidak ada yang tahu. Ada yang berteori bahwa itu dikarenakan masalah minum milik dia, atau karena kegilaannya, atau gara-gara argumennya dengan Paul. Awalnya dikira dia hanya memotong sebagian dari telinganya, tapi ternyata setelah penelitian, ditunjukkan bukti bahwa dia memotong seluruh bagian telinganya. Dilihat dari gambar sketsa oleh Dr. Felix Ray yang merawat luka Van Gogh pada waktu itu. Tergambar seluruh telinganya terpotong. Hal menariknya adalah hasil potongan telinga tersebut Vincent bawa menuju rumah bordil seks yang sebelumnya dia sering kunjungi. Kemudian memberikan potongan telinga berdarahnya itu kepada perempuan si tukang bersih-bersih di sana bernama Rahel. Kata Vincent kepada cewek itu, "Jaga baik-baik objek ini." Kemudian Rahel pingsan.
Oh, there was this one shot where the pastor is like about to leave, and then the painting is like facing outwards, and he just turns the painting so that no one else would see it. That moment was kind of sad. Like he thinks it's so ugly that he needs to hide it from other people.
Bakat seni Vincent belum diakui pada masa itu.
yeah, there's a scene where Vincent in straitjacket sitting in a bedroom. There's a narration. Future critics
Yes.
say Vincent painting is good and all.
Yes. In
Why
very
he's saying
fancy
Vincent
words.
painting is good and it's contradict with showing Vincent being crazy, high in a straitjacket.
Yes.
Yeah,
That
that's-
juxtaposition was good.
Then it cuts to Vincent walking while narrating, "Oh, I've been shot."
Kebanyakan orang percaya bahwa Van Gogh itu membunuh dirinya. Tapi menurut Stephen Naive dan Gregory, kemungkinan besar diakibatkan oleh tembakan tidak sengaja dari dua bocah. Kebanyakan orang yang mengenal Van Gogh berpikir bahwa alasan Van Gogh tidak memberitahukan penyebab sebenarnya adalah untuk membela bocah-bocah tersebut. Faktor lain yang mendukung teori ini adalah peluru yang mengenai perut atas Van Gogh itu arahnya miring, nggak lurus. Terus kemungkinan lain kenapa Van Gogh tidak memberitahukan kebenaran adalah karena dia menerima saja kematiannya, karena dia tidak mau lagi merasa menjadi beban bagi adiknya yang secara finansial selalu mendukung Van Gogh. Pada tanggal 29 Juli 1890, Van Gogh meninggal. Setahun kemudian, adiknya meninggal karena sifilis. Perkataan terakhir Vincent van Gogh adalah, "Kesedihan bakal bertahan selamanya."
It's been nice talking you, discussing this movie. It's been fun.
Likewise.
Subscribe untuk menyaksikan konten seperti ini lagi di masa depan.